What is going on? What is going on? Everybody in the house, what is going on? Wake up in Cleveland every single morning.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up.
Starting early in the chat here. Starting early with all the Serato hate. You guys don't think that I see the Serato hate, but I see it. I see it. And you guys are starting early. Welcome to Cleveland Terry Show on this fine Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're doing here. And I'm just putting my phone on Do Not Disturb because I cannot tolerate drama this fine morning. Mid-morning. It's 10:30 here, so mid-morning for me. Okay. First off, welcome. Welcome, everybody. But what I want to say is, I know this is hard for people. I know this is really hard for people to understand. You don't have to like one thing and hate the other. You don't have to do that. You don't even need to. Whatever works for you, works for you. And then you just move on. And trust me, I know it's not just you guys. In all honesty, I deal with the same stuff coming from people that I even know. Like I was talking about a couple of the things that DJ does, you know, compared to Serato. And I'm like, hey, I don't know what I'm going to do. And even my partner's like, yeah, you're just going to move over. You just know Serato. So it just makes more sense. You're just going to go. So I know there are people out there that exist that are just all about their thing. I get it. I respect it. Do whatever you want to do. But that's not me. You know, I always tell people, people think that it's like, oh, you're just a Serato lover. You're just this, or just go ahead and ditch Serato and move to DJ. It's the future. It's now irrelevant what DJ is or isn't. The most important part is that you find something that works for you. That's key. That's key. You need to find whatever works for you. That's why I stopped when we're all younger, you know, and we're new to this whole YouTube thing and being polarizing. And I said things way in the beginning of my career that, you know, people would jump on just to get a rise out of them. The problem is I don't delete any videos. That's the biggest problem. And so I still to this day get people telling me, oh, Cleveland Terry, you don't know shit. And I'm just like, no, this video is like 6 years old. Legitimately 6 years. I don't even understand, in all honesty. I try to. I really try to understand the logic in people. And I know that some people don't understand how YouTube works. They don't understand algorithms. They don't understand that if somebody goes to somebody's channel and they watch a video, if you have interest in that video or if you watch that whole video, you'll get another referral for one of my videos. So I understand that. But the problem is sometimes they'll get a video that's like 6 years old. Things have changed. I mean, it could have been something that I was talking about, like it could have been like the Rain 1 or whatever. But it happens to be this one video about Serato versus Virtual DJ versus Rekordbox that I did. I still stand by what I said in the video. However, I still to this day get people that are just like, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, this is so stupid and blah, blah. And it's always virtual DJ people. Always. It's never Serato. It's never Record Box. It's always virtual DJ. And I literally have to reply in the comments. Look at the date. And why is it that this is the only video you feel the need to even talk about when there's like, I have like 3 other videos on virtual DJ. Why don't you go check the other stuff too? And I even put that in the comments because I knew that I don't delete videos. Okay. What I said when I said it was what I meant at the time. But people change. Attitudes change. Opinions change. Growth changes. So I leave everything up. So I have to spend a lot of time saying, yeah, it's an old video. I put it in the comments. It's in the description. People don't care. So, yeah, just, you know, if DJ is your jam and I understand why, please have at it, you know, but there are, like I said, I'm starting early. You know, but there are things that I would like to see implemented. For one thing that I can't find it. So maybe you DJ people, let me know if this is possible. In Serato, there is a way to set your cue points based upon, you know, a linear timeline. So if the cue point is at 1 second, it's going to be the first one. It's all in order, chronological order. Is that a way? Can you do that in DJ? Because I haven't found it. I have not found it. Anyway, that's one of the things. You know, I know people always talk about the sampler and everything. I don't use the sampler. So that's probably not even going to be much in my review. I know that it's just, there's a lot in that sampler. The sampler, in my opinion, wants to be more than it is and wants to be more than what it needs to be for your average DJ. I'm trying to go into this from an average DJ, not from oh my God, look at the 40,000 things that this does. I don't care about that. And my review will reflect that I don't care about that. That's not important to me. What's important to me is how it performs. Hell no. What does what does that mean? Hell no. Or is that an answer to DJ Showtime? I don't know. Let me know. Yeah, but there are some things that are, in my opinion, missing. You know, from DJ. Serato video is fine. You know, one of those things that I will talk about, I don't think that DJ's video section is, I don't think it's that good. I think it looks pretty, but I think functionally wise, I don't think it's nowhere near. And Serato video, in my opinion, Serato video is okay at best for what it can do in Serato video and the effects and the cool things. They the last time they even made an update, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. So Serato video is the bottom of the barrel to me as far as video stuff. I mean, if you want to go hot, you're going to go Resolume, you're going to go things like that. But even I forget Mix Emergency. Thank you, DJ Red. You know, so, you know, those are the types of things that if you are that kind of VJ, not everybody is. So Serato video for a lot of people is just fine, in all honesty. You know, I mean, it does overlays, it does effects, it does audio effects. It gives you, you know, the baseline for what you need to do video mixing. DJ, on the other hand, looks good, but it's just silly in its implementation. Absolutely silly. Serato video doesn't have title video. Is that a thing? Is that a thing, Mac? Okay. All right, fine. DJ Moose Squad. The Moose Squad says, I never had a going to video mixing up. All right, Mac. See, okay. So what we're dealing with here, well, okay, but even if Serato doesn't have title video, where are you implementing this to actually use it? Are you using it in DJ? Because that just seems like a lot of work. I feel like that workflow for video on DJ is terrible. Terrible. DJ's only flaw. There's no such thing as perfect software. It doesn't exist. There's no perfect hardware. There's no perfect software. It doesn't exist. I'd love for it to exist, but that is just not the case. Every single software out there has some really good points and some really crappy points. Every single one of them. So the trick is find something that is good enough for you. Good enough for you. That's it. Now, for me, the video is just no. It's not working for me. I hate the fact that there is no way to do any random videos. I hate the fact that everything is a drag and drop. It just that slows me down. So video for me is a no. And why can't I have my own videos? Why can't I have my own auto videos? Why do I have to download whatever they choose for me? That's backwards. I need the stuff that I need to use. So, to each their own. But that's what I'm saying. So for Mac who loves it, then that's fine. We're all good. But there are certain things that even I, for instance, every time I think about every time I think about Engine, and I'm like, Engine's great, and it's standalone, and you can use it anywhere, and all my music's just sitting there, and I don't have to worry about heat and all that stuff. And then I remember, oh wait, I got to show a video montage at this party. Oh wait, they want some stuff in the background. They want me to throw they want me to throw their random pictures on a loop. Okay, so I still need my computer, and if I still need my computer, then is there a reason that I'm using Engine? See, for me, everybody has to figure out what's important to them. And I understand, I know what's important to me. And what's important to me is just the workflow on my events. That's it. Yeah, everything's cool and everything's great, but I don't, unlike DJ equipment, okay? Not DJ, but DJ. They need to change that name, by the way, because this is stupid. Me saying DJ and you saying, what do you mean? You mean this? DJ equipment. DJ, not DJAY. For me, I've always felt, or not always felt, but I've turned into this person that believes that everybody should have, multiple setups. If you can afford it, if this is your livelihood and you're making money at it, you should have multiple setups. You should have set up a small setup, a medium setup, to a big setup, and maybe if you only have the 2 setups, or even a super large setup. But more importantly, a small setup and a medium setup. I just think it's important. I don't feel that way with DJ software. For me, DJ software needs to be all encompassing for whatever you need, because you're going to be jumping around and doing stuff. So, I would love to be able to just stay on one. But if I have to go back to something, then the purpose for going back becomes irrelevant. You get what I'm saying? That's just for me. I can only speak for me. But we'll have to see. I've been using it. I haven't had any video stuff, which has been great, or the video stuff that I've done. It's just me showing a video. So I can just throw it in the background in QuickTime and then, route my audio through my hardware, call it a day. Like I don't have to run it through there, but we'll have to see. But it does. But DJ is a good program. It really is a good program. Let's see here. James King says, I hate Engine. I couldn't figure out how to get my music from Serato into Engine and then transfer to an SD card from a Mixstream Pro Go. So I just ended up using it in laptop mode. Well, I get that. There is an easier way. The easier way is to get something like Mixmaster G's software, or I always forget the damn name of that stupid program. What is it called? It is called. Oh, there it is. Lexicon. So, the easiest way to get music in is not through the Engine desktop transfer system. And I haven't used it in a while, so there could have been upgrades. I can't speak for what it is right now. But Lexicon, Mixmaster GNL's suite of conversion tools, his digital conversion utility. All you need to do is convert them. It requires you to have at least Rekordbox 5 on your computer, but convert your Serato playlist to Rekordbox playlist. Right? It'll go into Rekordbox. You open up Rekordbox. It's got all your crates, all your playlists, and then just export it out from Rekordbox onto an SD card. Then when you pop it into Engine, Engine's going to convert that back to Engine stuff, but then all your stuff works. Yeah, that too. Now, one of the things, and I know I'm giving away some stuff, but I'm not giving away everything. One of the things that is amazing, which I have used over the last couple of weeks. Okay. That is in my client meetings, right? So, I've done this before, but I'll show you one more time. So, all right, hold on. Close. So many things to close. Okay, here we go. So in my client meetings, I'm just closing things out right now. Don't reopen. Okay. In my client meetings, I don't know why it does that. Anyway. Every time I get a client that's like, hey, so I'm trying to think of a song that I don't really know, but I think it goes like this, and then you do this and whatever, and I'm like, okay, hold on. One of the things that I have loved is just this. Oh, that song? Hold on. I think that song is, look, I'm already in the system. Sound switch crashed. Huh? That's not new. I'm already in the system. I can already load it up. Okay, that to me right there, I can go into my crates, which I've now created my crates, so I can go into there and, search my stuff. Now, there is one thing I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, because I thought for the longest time that there was a way to search your crates in DJ. I felt like that was an option. Now I know that's not an option, but I thought it was an option. Am I losing my mind? Anyway, DJ has Shazam. Why does DJ having Shazam matter? I mean, hold on. Let me just show real quick. Now, I'm already playing music. This is Serato. I think I'm gonna check my messages while I wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna check my messages. Maybe reply to some comments. Maybe check out some ingredients, some recipes for tonight. What I'm gonna make for dinner. Maybe, okay, I'm sorry. Am I here now? No, I'm not. See that's a problem for me. Now, I know it's a necessary evil, so I deal with it, but that's a problem. When I open up DJ and it's like that's hard. That's a hard argument to just like swallow. So it's little things. So in client meetings, that speeds up my meetings. They're not waiting. I'm not like, okay, hold on, let me go. It's just there, but, I will say it again. I always got to make sure that, there's something on here. DJ up. And then, I'm already in, but hold on. Let's see. Video has no real way to grab stuff. Got to turn off. Something's going on lately, and I don't care about these videos. I also don't care for how they try to hide the edit, which is somewhere around here. There we go. So here, get more packs. Great. I don't want these. I can go to photos. I don't want that. But I have to, there's no way to randomize it. There's no way to have multiples on here. I don't need title video. That is not the issue. First off, for a couple of reasons, in all honesty. The first reason is I can't trust playing title video. I can't trust playing regular videos on my events. That's a no-no. I need to know exactly what's being displayed on the screen. And title video is not going to help me with that. I don't play a lot of one-to-one music videos. Anytime I play stuff, it's other stuff that is right there. So that title video is not necessarily going to help me plan ahead. You plan ahead. I don't need to plan ahead that much. Okay, for a couple of reasons. One, I'm not a video DJ. We have video elements in our shows if a client wants stuff like that. But even then, I would not play regular songs. That's dangerous. I'm playing bar and bat mitzvahs. These are 13-year-olds. If I see a bikini or something, that's a little bit, I'm not dealing with that. I remember my person, I had a video guy and he was like, yeah, I got him. And he was doing stuff. And a couple of videos, some of his randoms had girls in bikinis. That did not go well, and I've been looking at videos that come out in the last 5-8 years. They're all bad. There's nothing on there that I can really play. I'd have to edit every video. And if I have to edit every video, now we're in the same situation. But the difference is, what are you guys talking about? Planning ahead. That's not what this is. And you guys are telling me to plan ahead for something that you don't even know my workflow. So you can't tell me to plan ahead. You don't know what I'm doing on my jobs. You don't know what restrictions I have on my job. You need to incorporate title video. What is wrong with you guys? Like, legitimately, why do I need to incorporate title video? I'm asking, please answer the question. Because right now, this sounds crazy. I'm going to be honest with you. It sounds crazy. This title video giving out the secret to the earth. Like, am I going to get the winning lotto tickets? It's all good, but no. I would rather just know the videos I'm playing And title video, we're doing the same thing. We're still streaming. I don't stream. I'm definitely not streaming video at an event. That just seems like super dangerous. So, that's never going to happen. So to each their own, to each their own. But one of the things that Serato Video has, and I'm sure I've never used Mix Emergency, but I'm sure they have something like that because, it's not Serato's typical way of like pulling stuff in. I love the link action in Serato Video. What that means is if you have a song, right? A regular song, a regular MP3, and you don't have a video for it, but you find one that you like that links up, you can literally link that song file to that video file. So every time you play that song, it's going to bring up the video, which may have nothing to do with that video. I like that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't need to go through my entire DJ set list with video to see if the video works. That's a waste of my time. I would rather just have videos that I know work, that I know are going to be clean, that I know are not going to draw any questions, and it's not a part of my workflow. Video is not in my hierarchy, so I don't have to plan accordingly. I plan for what I do in video, and my video stuff works, But no, I don't have title video. Well, at least I don't know that I have title video. I'm sure it's an extra upgrade fee. Let's go to the site real quick. Let's go to the site. Okay. We'll go to, do I have title on here? I don't think so. That's fine. We'll just go to since I am a member. Okay. Yeah. And remember, I don't use title. I use title as a backup. I don't use title as as my main music service. Because title doesn't have downloads, so I don't trust it. And I will continue to not trust it until it allows for me to download said files. That's never going to change. Well, you can't do it from the website. Okay. I always like to just check just in case. Just in case. All right. Look at that. Yeah, I'm not going to be playing this. You guys are missing the point here. And maybe it's just one of those things, but that's okay. What the hell, man? Okay, so let's go back here. All right, there's tracks, there's video. Now, is this one mine or is this one theirs? Okay, so it goes back to the randoms. This is the part that I can't stand. Anyway, this is something that I could be doing. Didn't title block stems. Not anymore, DJ TMO. That's gone. Yeah. So the problem is this. It's not a problem. Again, I'm not saying that nobody can do this. And if you're playing for a bar, if you're playing for that kind of stuff, then this is fine. You got it. It plays. It's great. Great. That's just not realistic for my parties. That's all. That's all. You guys are more than welcome to use whatever you want, but don't tell me I need to use it when it doesn't work for my events. But it's on there and it actually loaded relatively quick. I'm not going to lie. It loaded faster than I would have expected. That's why I'm thinking, are these mine? Or are these yours? Are these title? I don't know. I need to think of something that I would not have because I would have all this. But I think it's theirs. It's got the E on there. It's theirs. It's loading fast. You know, and I'm not, but I'm obviously I'm at home, but that's a pretty fast load. That's a pretty fast load. Pause. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm not in the fastest part of my house on Wi-Fi. On Wi-Fi, I'm definitely farther away. I'm trying to think of somebody that I wouldn't have. That I would have videos on. Okay. Barry White, Copacabana. I still feel like I would have these. I don't know. Somebody give me an artist that I would never play. I need an artist that I would have a Culture Club. Okay, let's see. All right. Yeah, this is definitely 2002 remastered, Miss Me Blind. Oh, that is mine. See? Life? Anyway, I could I don't know. The problem is I have videos for all that stuff. You know what I need to do is turn off my Wi-Fi and then see what pops up. I'm gonna go back to my crate here real quick. But I'm not even in the video pane, so it should not matter. None of this stuff should matter. And I think I deleted all my videos. Culture Club. Yeah, see, my demo content. My videos are gone. They're supposed to be gone since I don't typically do them. But what I do have is I have a random video folder with just like cool ass effects. Okay. That I can automatically use. That's all. Now, for some people, it seems like you're drag and drops. You guys love drag and drop. That's great. If it's not going to be me, if it's not going to be automated and I got to think about it every single time I got to load a new song, it's not going to work for me, and I like to keep changing my stuff. Anyway, I'm going to have to check something real quick because I keep hearing random. Yeah, I keep hearing random sounds in my home. So, sit tight for half a minute. I am really excited about moving forward with our party. Yeah, I'm excited too. It should be a really good party. Just got a couple more questions before I sign the contract. So if you don't mind, let me just get out my questions here. One, what kind of lighting do you use? Specifically,
do you use Chauvet? Yeah, I have a whole bunch of Chauvet lights, but I have a lot of other ones. There's a lot of good companies out there. Okay. Do you use RCF speakers? No, I use JBL and QSC, depending on the size of your party, but they're all good speakers. Last question, the most important question I have. Do you mix in key? Do I mix in key? Well, I mean, I've been DJing. I was at a party once and the DJ played a transition that was completely out of key. I could not unhear it, ruined my whole night. Can I see your Serato mixed in key playlist, please?
Okay. All right. We're all good. Neighbor was outside banging on some stuff, so we're all good. Okay. Another thing that I can't stand, Mac, there is no hotkey. There's a hotkey to search, but there's no hotkey to like, what if I want to just search in that playlist or I want to search across the whole thing? I think it's, wait, is it Shift, Command Option, search, something like that? But that click on the icon, it seems like that's the only way to filter quickly. Anyway, like I said, I'm still going through it. And I know there's going to be things that I don't know. And I know there's going to be people like Mac Joseph that's going to be all in the chat correcting me. So I'm taking my time on what it is that I'm doing because I don't want to hear Mac's. I want to hear from Mac, but not in the Mac is on old videos right now telling me that it's time to move over to DJ. Mac has hounded me when it comes to this stuff. So I want to make sure that it's right. Okay. That's the bottom line here. Or as close as possible, which is why I'm not going to do a full-on encompassing everything because I think that's dumb. And I'm not even reviewing the iPad version, just the desktop version. Specifically because it's the only one that is truly universal. iPad is not universal because it relies upon things being class compliant. And if it's not class compliant, it's not going to work on the iPad. So the reality is the desktop is the only one that you can truly trust. The desktop is the only one that will pull in your Serato crates right off the bat. So the desktop one is the one I have to review. Serato Flip. All right, we can talk about that, Mr. Joseph. Serato Flip, to me, is one of the best apps that never got any love. Legitimately, one of the best apps. It's amazing what it could do at the time, and it'd be even more impressive if they could do more with it now, because that is a powerhouse. If they would just tweak, and I think that goes along with a lot of the things that Serato does. Serato Remote. Serato Remote, at this point in time, had they continued to invest in it, would have been Serato for iPad or Serato for phone. It would have been there by now. And then they wouldn't have to be going up against DJ because they would have already had it. I still think it's weird that Virtual DJ doesn't have a tablet version. I think that's really weird, especially considering how much they are like, DJ gangsters when it comes to apps and plugins and all the other things. Like they're the first to be like, nope, we like that. We're going to take that. That is truly gangsta mentality. That's how Virtual DJ rocks. But like the fact that I don't have the remote and they just officially announced that it's been removed. I'm hoping they remove it for something better. Who knows? So the remote's one thing, and then the other thing is Flip. If they could open up Flip, to where I can program in stems. If they can do that, absolute game changer on every level. On every level. Now, there's virtually nobody making edits. You don't need to. You can make your own right there. And the more importantly, which is what I've always loved about the idea of Flip, less files. You don't need a dirty version, a clean version, a version where you go from intro to hook to bridge to acapella. You don't need multiple versions of this. You can literally just activate your one you want. I have several songs that I don't even have clean versions for, but I've taken my dirty version and I flipped them. And I don't even flip the whole thing because I don't stay in music. I flip literally the first verse in the chorus and then the rest is dirty. That's because I'm in and out. But less files. That's less stuff. How many people do we have where you have like, okay, so let's see here. Hollaback Girl. I play Hollaback Girl from, in general, from two different places. Okay. Hollaback Girl goes, intro beat into, the chorus. And the Hollaback Girl. Huh? After that, it goes into that's my shit little bridge that it does right before the verse. And then when the verse hits, I go right into Bananas. And then after Bananas, it goes right back into the chorus, and I'm out. I've given everybody what they want, what they need and what they want. So I can make a flip for that. Done. It's just done. I can have a flip for, compressed. I can make a flip or for normal. So now I have one file instead of two or three. If you factor in having a dirty version. One of the things that drives me crazy, and to each their own, everybody's different. But one of the things that drives me crazy is when I do play clubs versus like my standard events. Obviously, you got to have the dirty versions. Club people don't want to hear clean versions. This isn't a debate whether you do it or not. I don't care if you do it or not. But in general, club users, club goers prefer dirty versions of songs. That's just facts. They'll tolerate a clean version, but trust me, I've seen the looks on their faces when a clean version comes on. They're like, oh. So I end up having two versions, but in reality, I only need one version. But I got to go through all that stuff, and I don't personally want to go through all that stuff. Maybe one day, maybe I'll go into a service where it's like, have all of your versions flipped and sent back to you. I'll charge a fee for it. Said he always wanted to be prepared and not have to tell anyone he didn't have that song. I don't know what that means. Oh, but there's more. There was a guy in the Facebook group looking for yeah, I've seen that many, many times. I know people like that. I have a hard time. Okay, I'm going to say something that is that's going to sound mean. By the way, Wayne, DJ Island Boy, thank you for the $20 super chat, fam. I appreciate you. I will dance at your wedding. It is always welcome. It makes me doing these shows worth it, not only just for what I get from it from personally and emotionally, but also financially. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. You can also become a member. You can also just subscribe. But this is the kind of stuff, I got kids in college. So thank you. I'm going to say something that's going to come off sounding rude. I have never met a DJ that wanted to have every song on the planet, and be prepared, that was actually good at DJing. I've never met a single DJ. Typically speaking, they're always the super DJ nerds that just care about having just a catalog, but they're not actually good DJs. I've yet to find one yet. And I've seen several. It's very bizarre, or it's not bizarre, but I don't care. Because now you have this humongous hard drive. You got all of this stuff. You're dealing with all. If you have every song known to man, I feel like you're being paralyzed by the amount of music you have. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, once you have too much music, you start missing stuff that you should be playing. Because when you're scrolling through and you're seeing all this random stuff, you're like, oh, I'll do that, I'll do this. Like, it's not good for you. It's not good for them. That's why we have streaming services behind us. That's why we have Tidal. That's why we have, well, some people have SoundCloud. I don't. But that's why we have SoundCloud. That's why we have Apple Music. One of the reasons why DJ is very important to me is because of Apple Music. I use Apple Music. So that's a hard, and they don't charge you anymore for it. You know, with Tidal, I have to pay for Tidal. I got to pay for extra stuff. I got to pay for Spotify. I don't have to with Apple Music for now, for the time being. Sometimes Tidal can take a long time to load. Yeah, I mean, you can. I find that you can see that in every single service. You're still logging onto their servers and trying to download from their servers. So I think that just sometimes you hit just hiccups, is in my opinion. DJ is the future. We'll see. As long as it's not that other one that was coming out, I forget what it's called. The one that looks like a damn DAW. I don't want to DJ in a DAW. If I wanted to DJ in a DAW, I would use Ableton. But I don't want to DJ in a DAW. Yeah, Jimmy Ray. This is perfect. This is a perfect example. Perfect example. I could not imagine how much. Nope. No, thank you. I love to mix whatever on the fly, but it's tough because they may not always feel it. What has happened to me? What do you mean? Wait, hold on. Let's go back here for a second, Mac, because I want to understand what you're saying. Are we talking about music or video? I'm assuming we're talking about music, but are we talking about video? Let me know before I ask any questions. Let me know which one we're talking about. Okay, let's see here. All right. Terry, what camera do you use to shoot content during weddings? Well, I don't do a lot of weddings, but for my events period, okay. I think we need to talk about this whole content thing for a minute, because I think that I think some of this, we've lost the reason why we shoot content. All right. And everybody out there is shooting content for different reasons. Yes, I shoot content we can't be that far. It was like 4 comments up, Mac Joseph, 4 comments. Literally 4 comments. All right, what time is it? Maybe let's see what my time is. It says 11:28. It says your message came at 11:25. That was 3 minutes ago. I wouldn't say we're past that. Okay. So the question is, why are you shooting the content? All right. Now, having said that, yes, I typically shoot at the moment. I have a couple of different options. I'll use my phone. There's nothing wrong with your iPhone. There's nothing wrong with your Android. You know, put it on a stand and call it a day. I also have a GoPro 10 that I use, and I keep looking at the DJI Pocket 3. I keep looking at it. I think the Pocket 3 or the problem with the Insta, even the problem with your iPhone in some cases, in most of these smaller sensor cameras, that is, if you DJ at night or if you DJ in the dark with your club lighting and all that stuff, video tends to look like trash because none of them do really well in low light. None of them. I mean, my iPhone can, as long as I keep it on, just one. I don't go 0.5. I just keep it at the standard, main lens. That main lens is like the key, because so like on my camera, I have 0.5, which is super wide, 1x, 2, and 5. 1x is the camera that is your best shooting lens. It's the one with the lowest aperture. It's the one with the fastest speed. I don't know why at this point in time they still don't make an iPhone where all the cameras are the same speed, because that's dumb. Because there's nothing worse than shooting on at 100%, one time, and you're shooting, it looks good. You're like, oh, let me go wider, and you go wider, and the thing just turns to shit. Like, there's nothing worse than that. And I have a 15. I have a 15 Pro, Mark. It's a great camera, but that's a problem for me. It's when you switch from 0.1 to 0.5. I want 0.5 to be the same speed as 1. That's what I want. That's what I've all wanted forever, and they still haven't done it. It's kind of dumb to me. I mean, I could probably show you in here. I will demonstrate to you. But back to what I'm saying while I'm showing them this. Let's see. How do I get rid of this? Okay. Yeah. But they all work. And if you have a normal room, you shouldn't have any problems with any of the devices. The 360 is good for catching random things that you wouldn't expect to catch. Okay. Anything else that's kind of like a point and shoot, like even the Pocket 3, which I think the Pocket 3 might have the best low light I've seen. Maybe. I'm still waiting for content to come back from stuff that I shot using it from one of my other peers, actually, Kova. But I will say the mic sounded good. I love the way it's super small and compact, and you hit the button and it just flips to selfie mode or flips back out. That's the kind of stuff that I love, because that's stuff that they've done on gimbals, and gimbals would have been the perfect thing. But I also have my A7 IV, which I shoot with sometimes, especially if I'm shooting demo work for the company. I'll use my A7 IV. It just depends. All right, let's see if I can go to this real quick. Hold on. Overhead cam, Epo cam. Let's see if this works. It's been a minute. Allow. All right, let's see if this works. Pay no attention to the darkness as I'm trying to figure out what's working and what's not. Connecting to your computer. This happened last time. Let me try Wi-Fi. It never works when I need it to. Maybe because I don't use it. Connections on Wi-Fi, lowest bit rate. Everything's on. My screen is in the wrong spot. I can't get to my search. Okay, so that's not going to happen. Anyway, I would demonstrate, but I can't. Let me see if I can do it this way. No, it's okay. All right. Maybe next time. Now, one of the things that has come up lately, you guys saw my video on Instagram. SoundSwitch has a new update, and SoundSwitch is taking kind of what Maestro is attempting to do, and WMX, which is allowing for audio to be used, like external audio and internal audio to be used for their auto loops. That way, if you are using something that doesn't necessarily work with your hardware, like say you're not using Serato, you're not using Virtual DJ. Is there one more in there? There might be one more in there, but I know that DJ doesn't work with it. So SoundSwitch has now done that, where you can just basically run any audio, which means that it doesn't technically have to be on your computer. So they just essentially made kind of a standalone hardware, because you can take the audio, but it still requires, you to pull your audio from somewhere, which means it's still going to have to be plugged into your computer to grab information from the sound card. Anyway, every time I try to grab or settle on something that I think is perfect, nothing's perfect, right? Like WMX, great device, Still missing a lot of automation features, but they were never planning on having that way. SoundSwitch, great device, great in automation, but the manual sucks. The manual changing and things like that on the fly. What's the last one? Maestro. Great thoughts. Great idea. But still some things that need to be worked on. There's just no such thing as a perfect piece of hardware. There's no such thing as perfect DMX. Still to this day, haven't found one. Every single one that we do is like slight compromises. And I don't understand why it's so complicated. I don't understand why we're trying to reinvent the wheel. We don't want all that much. We want auto loops, right? We want to be able to adjust on the fly. I think the idea of pre-planning all of your songs is fantastic. And I know there are people that spend all that time doing that. I'm not that person. So for me, my auto loops have to be amazing. And essentially all an auto loop is the same thing in WMX or in ADJ Go. All those auto loops, that's all there are. They're just pre-programmed movements, so that's all an auto loop is, right? So everybody has some version of an auto loop, but none of them have it all together. Like if SoundSwitch if SoundSwitch and the WMX1, the WMX1 could have a baby. If they could have a baby, this would be probably the best DMX controller on the planet. But for some reason, nobody wants to have a baby. All these lighting controllers are all abstinent. I want myself a dirty light controller. I don't want all this abstinence. Get to, because I'm sick and tired of having to compromise with everything. I don't understand why this is so complicated. Stop making me compromise. And I think that's the key. Every single thing is a compromise. Everything. Now, if something is, they've gone on and it's been patented, so they can't do something because of the patents or whatever, fine. I understand that. But that's not always the case. Sometimes we just try to be so different with what it is that we do. So different that we're shooting ourselves in the foot. This was fine. But even when it came out, I was like, I wish it had a better screen. I wish it had more. Okay? And in comes this. Okay. Got the screen. It's got most of the things I do. It's got most of the stuff. But I wish it had. I wish I could do this. I wish I could just set some pre-programmed things. Now, I know you can, but now we're doing step programming, and I don't want to do step programming. To each their own. But, because I know it's possible. I want things to be easy. DJ Colcut, is this a joke? Man, do you watch my videos, Colcut? Yes, I'm sad. I'm really sad right now because legitimately I have said multiple times, absolute multiple times, that I think the implementation of engine lighting in Engine DJ is the best implementation that we have on the planet. I think it's practically perfect. The frustrating part of any of this stuff is the fact that I got to have a dongle to make the damn thing work. Please explain to me why I require a dongle when the software is built into here. Why do I need a dongle? Why do I need a little ass box? Why isn't any of this stuff already built into the system? Why do I need a dongle? That's dumb. That's worthless to me. So you put all this implementation. Hold on. We'll just open it up. Engine needs to speed up too with their turn it on. DJ is faster, and this is in the damn BIOS. So come on now. Look, we still haven't turned on. I'm gonna hope that it's because my battery is dying. Okay, touch and hold. All right, hold on. Hold on. I got too much stuff up here. Okay. All right. By the way, also, before we get into this, thank you so much, DJ Red, for the super chat. Appreciate you, man. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. It means a lot. Thank you. I will dance at your wedding too. Okay. Don't pull over the computer. Yeah, I got no music in here, but that's okay. All right. Get rid of this. Okay. So, lighting. What do we do? I think it's a double tap on view. Yes. Okay. We're going to do pro. Would you like to connect your smart lights? I don't know. Would I? No, not today. I don't want to do that right now. Okay. Now, if you hadn't noticed, the buttons are exactly the same. I mean, literally, they're exactly the same. She had a little line up top. She had a line on the side. So everything's already there. You got your colors. You got your position overrides, which are fantastic. You have, your rates. Then you have your normal stuff up here, play and pause, your movements, your strobe, your blackout. I don't need to touch anything on this device. I don't need to touch it. I don't. There's nothing wrong with this. You got your intensities, your positions. I mean, everything. The position thing, that's fantastic. Like, basically what the position is it's the preset area of, like, say, your mover, right? So one of the things that you didn't really have if you only use this meant you had to go into the software, go into the edit mode, and then modify the position. You could do it. Wait, no, they did update it, and you can do it in the perform, but you had to go into the software. This one is just all built in right here, and then you can just adjust your preferences, all that stuff. So, I don't understand why I have to carry around a dongle to use this. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's the dumbest thing to me. I mean, I'm literally watching some of the ads and I like in music. So this isn't a slight to the products they make, but who wants to see, when it's like, their commercials are like, ooh, with the Prime 4 and with this, but I'm like, I don't understand why I need that. Just make the software better. And they made the software better, and yet they still have SoundSwitch right next to it. So I'm hoping that the next one they come out with is SoundSwitch with a screen like the WMX1, where you can do more things on the fly, but you can also go to automated. I'm hoping that happens. Don't remove any of your drives, by the way. My wrist, I've been wearing a brace. I'm not wearing it at the moment, but my wrist is almost better. Almost. For the last 3 weeks, I couldn't even pick something up. Like my hand was just in pain. But now it's getting better. Okay. Now, but I think I'm going to put it back on. All right. Let's see. Keep the ladies dancing in clubs and buying drinks. Okay. All right. Pretty soon, the Chinese will figure out how to rip all this off, and the both lights will do whatever you want just by clicking a button. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why everybody thinks that both lighting is the only lighting out there. No disrespect to Rick Webb or anything, but they're not the only companies. There's a lot of companies out there that make good lighting that doesn't necessarily require a middleman. But and to each their own. All right, customers buy with their eyes and they don't understand our universe. A $400 moving head versus $7,000. Most of the time, they don't see a difference. I think they see a difference. I just think that they justify the price. Now, for instance, I have tons of movers that are. I have movers that are $500. I got movers that are $1,000. I got movers that are $2,000, and it's not that the customers buy with their eyes, which I agree. Customers that go in there, you go into the room and it's pitch black and they're shining stuff in your face. You're like, oh my God, this is the brightest light ever. And you take it in the real world. You're like, this light sucks. I want to see how this light works. Put the lights on. Don't turn the lights off and put some smoke on me. So I think the reality is most clients, okay, and I know we're talking about customers, but customers to me are the DJs and the AV companies buying said lights. Clients of that customer don't care. They don't care that this light is brighter or has a better beam or has more options. They don't care. They just wanted to do what they see in their mind. And if lights are moving around, for the majority of people, do not care. They only know really two things: when the lights aren't working, and when they're very, very dim. And most of the time, the super bright light ones, they ask us to turn down the brightness anyway. So you still can't win. It's still the same thing. So but I do understand what you're saying though. I do, Pop. All right. let's see here. You have a $5,000 laptop or a 2012 MacBook. They don't see a difference. Now we're talking about two different things. Okay. We're talking about two different things because yes, your client, now your client doesn't see a difference. You are correct. But you feel and see a difference when your stuff's overheating, when you can't run stems properly because you're running into problems. So all the things that you'd like to do, you know, it's like having like an iPhone 5, right? And then you're like, oh, I wish I could do all this stuff that the iPhone 12 has. You have to buy an iPhone 12. You're the system you're using is outdated, you know. But I get what you're saying. But there's no way in hell you could convince me to go back to DJing on a 2012 MacBook Pro. There's no way in hell. No way. I'd go to my iPad and rock DJ before I went back to my 2012 MacBook to DJ. Okay. I agree with. I agree. I absolutely agree. But you know, people make choices and it is what it is. All in one is the way to go. Yes, no, maybe, probably not. I think it just depends on what you're doing. It just depends on what you're doing. You know, I think everybody's position is different. Now, this is what I will say. Okay. If any of these companies, okay, come out with an all-in-one DJ controller with like moving platters, if any one of these companies comes out with one, I would take a serious look at it. I would take a serious look because I'm not, as much as I love the idea of the Prime 4, it's not the controller for me. I don't like capacitive jogs. I don't love like the layout. I don't really love the crossfader. It is what it is. But like, let's say, you know, Pioneer came out with one or Rain came out with one, or, you know, I'd have to take a look. Because for the most part for me, yeah, I'm not changing out my music. I'm adding stuff to it, but most of the time it's just reorganizing the music I already have on my stuff. So, and the fact that they're streaming in there, I'd take a serious look, but it would still have to be able to run Serato. Whatever controller would still require Serato in my mind to buy it. Just an opinion though. Okay. What do we got here? All right. Today I'm not staying until 1. I want to be out of here by like 12:15ish. So we're going to have a slightly shorter one today. Do SoundSwitch have a system to share programs with other DJs? Technically, yes. Yes, you can. If you are not using Engine, do you still get this sliding menu? This is actually a great question, because it's one of the things that stops me. And the answer is no. There's nothing in there. There's no, temporary a BIOS or something that allows you to switch over. Once you move to Serato, Engine lighting goes away. I don't understand why they would do that. In all honesty, it makes absolutely no sense to me. But that's the problem. You said it, not me. I think I might have to just call both myself. Have them send me stuff. To each their own. To each their own. You know what I mean? Like, again, you do whatever you want to do. You shop with whomever you want to shop. I'm not the guy. 2024. I'm getting away from being negative. Look, I'm going to be negative. You got to be negative in the line of work I am. But I'm trying not to just. I don't want to go after people. I don't want to. If you want to do something, I'm not going to be like, you're dumb for doing that. That's you. It's your choice. Enjoy. I don't have to, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I don't care. You know, if you're going to tell me that such and such is the best thing on the planet, fine. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to use it. Now, I honestly believe, I never believed this before. I never believed this before when I was younger. Oh, that'd be nice. I've never really been that person. I've always been passionate. And I think what happens is, you know, your first 20 years on this planet, you don't really know. You haven't formed your opinion yet, right? Then you get into your 20s and 30s, and now you're opinionated and you're passionate about it. Like my daughter, she's 26, and she's just like, you know, help the little guy every time. Like, I know, I get that. But then you get to a point, you move up into your 40s, and you're like, why am I wasting my energy on this stuff? This is dumb. Why am I arguing with you? This is dumb. I'll give you a perfect example. Last night we had a party. Not last night. We had a party over the weekend, and we were dealing with some very difficult people. You know, everybody seems to believe that just because you're a DJ, you are magical. What I mean by that is you have the ability to just sprinkle magic dance dust all over the people, and they will just get up like zombies and walk to the dance floor and start dancing and never leave in rage. You and I both all know that that's not a fact, you know, and a lot of people don't realize that sometimes the issue isn't the DJ. The issue is who you invited. I don't control who you invite. If your people aren't the dancing type, that's not my fault. Again, I don't have magic dust. So anyway, neither here nor there. So we're having this conversation, and you know, I'm allowing them to talk and say their thing. I'm like, cool, okay, I got you. Now I'm going to say my side of it, and I say my side of it, and they're just like cutting me off or disagreeing or saying what I'm saying is wrong. At that point in time, I've already shut off. Because if you're not going to listen to me, if you think you know more than I do about what it is I do as a profession, then there's no point in having a conversation anymore. You've already made up your mind. And so the conversation went nowhere. And I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm just not going to do it. If you're going to get all passionate and run my blood pressure up and do all this stuff, no, nope. I've literally, you know, especially with the social media, and then like you got the whole, this year we're voting for a new president. You got all that drama and all that bullshit. Like, I'm over all that stuff. You have to, I don't care. Vote for who you want to vote for. Oh, you like crazy? Cool. Vote for crazy. Because if I try to tell you why something sounds crazy and you tell me I'm wrong and I'm an idiot and have no idea, do what you do. Do what you do. I started using, but I think I'm going to stop it because I think I have to modify some stuff. This app called ClearSpace. If you don't know what ClearSpace is, it's basically an app. It's basically an app that shuts down apps on your phone. And if you decide you want to use the app, you have to go through like a chain of things. Okay. Like maybe you breathe or you do push-ups or you do squats or whatever, you know, you have to walk 100 paces, whatever, 100 steps. And then it gives you access to your device. You like Instagram, right? And then you can choose up to, you know, I think it's like 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. I think it goes up to like, I think 30 might be the longest, maybe 60. Anyway. And so I started using the app yesterday, And it's good because what it does is it stops me from just artificially, just, unconsciously opening up the app. Like when I'm going, you pick up your phone and you kind of swipe through your stuff, and then you're like, oh, and your thumb literally just clicks on a very specific app because that's when you're always going to. Your body just kind of knows your muscle movement. Well, just having that on there, when I would go to tap it, I'm like, oh, that's right. This is another like 2-minute process that I have to do. Like, so, like, say for instance, right now, hold on, let's see if I can do this. Well, you can see that the Instagram app is lit up and the rest are not. So when I click on it, it brings you, there we go. It brings you to this. And now when I want to use the app, I got to hit continue. And then I have to hit on the tap the notification. Let's try that one more time. Oh, interesting. Okay. Very interesting. So I'm on Do Not Disturb right now. It won't even let me go to it on Do Not Disturb. Very interesting. Okay, fine. I'll just turn it off real quick just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. All right. Tap the notification. All right. So then my notification pops up. I click on it. And now it's telling me to breathe. So I'm breathing in and out, which I'm not actually doing right now. And then once it's done, now I can use the app, and now I can swipe back to the app when it wants to work properly. It's still messing with my Do Not Disturb. And then I have access to the app, and it could be 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever. And the one thing I will say about yesterday, what I noticed, the most important part, it just stopped me from like going, like say, you're driving, you're sitting on a light, you're sitting waiting for your family, and you just automatically open up your Instagram, you open up your Facebook, your Threads, your Twitter, whatever. Stop me from doing that. Because I'm like, oh, that's right. I got to go through the secondary, third steps, and I don't want to do all that. So I'll just pick it. So it really did make me more focused on when I was going to use the app versus just opening it up to use it. So it makes the action, the intent, it just gives it more intent. So I stopped the little membership thing, but I got to figure out, I don't know yet. Anyway, because my wife's like, just get rid of it. Because I was kind of talking through it. And when I have a podcast, maybe I will. Okay. Preacher Man says, if you were going to enter the Pioneer Record Box ecosystem, what would you pick? I'm looking at the RX3 XZ or maybe in the RR. Thoughts? I don't know, man. I don't know. For me, I would have to go with the one with the newer software. So it would probably be the RX3. I don't even remember the RR. Which one was the RR? I definitely would not choose the XZ. But I'd probably go with the RX3. Hold on, what is the R? Pioneer. Oh, it's old. Is it old? Oh yeah, okay, I remember that one. Gotcha. Let me clear this out. Okay, Sweetwater. I don't need 4,000 things. The RX3 has a new software. The Opus Quad has the Opus Quad has the one with the most updated software, but the RX3 comes closest. I believe the RX3 matches the CDJ 3000 software. at least the original one. So I don't know. RRR. By the way, if you haven't seen RRR, that's a Indian epic movie. RRR. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, just watch it. RRR. It's life changing. It's long. It's like 3 hours long. It feels like if Gone with the Wind and like Hard Boiled, if you guys ever remember like old school, like John Woo, like Hard Boiled is still to this day one of the best action films ever. Hard Boiled. Trust me when I tell you, one of the best. Look, here comes Marky Batch telling people about stuff that doesn't exist yet. Anyway. Okay. Let's see here. Any more questions? Rev 5 for me, but the RX3 is badass. Well, they're completely different things though. The Rev 5 is, Serato based, record box based software, and this is an all-in-one. So they are different. They are different. Absolutely. I don't care if it's older. I mean, okay. Hold on. We'll get back to you, Willie. I think there's a reason that they say older and wiser, because I think as you get older, you start to realize there are things that you spend your life like, banging your head against the wall on. Has it made your life any better? I mean, it's very interesting. It's always interesting to me, like when you see like racist people that actually like get better when they get older, or, maybe they marry, their daughter or son marries another race, and now they have mixed baby children, and then they fall in love, and they're like, okay, I've just been hating for the wrong reasons. Like I think that's the energy that I want to see. I want to see. I wish, the argument's always been, especially political stuff, where like if you don't agree with a certain political stance or whatever, or the way somebody's running, it's okay. They're old. They'll be dead soon, and then the new generation. I am very concerned about this new generation. I am very concerned. It's a different world out there. Anyway, okay. So I saw something below. Let's get to that. The Killer remake sucks. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not as good. Although what I will say about The Killer, first off, I actually like the actors that were in it for the most part. I like the black dude. He's a French guy. He's been in a whole bunch of stuff. He's in a TV show on Netflix, where he plays like this, amazing thief. Lupin, Lupin. Anyway, so I like him, and he's been in several things, and he's always pretty good in them. He's got kind of a magnetic personality. The girl who's also in Fast and Furious, after I think Fast and Furious 7 is when she came on board, and she's been there ever since. She did a serviceable job. Is she Chow Yun-Fat? No. But is anybody Chow Yun-Fat? No. But what I will say is this. I will say, but they still brought in the stuff from The Killer. You saw that recurring sound, recurring piece that was in the original Killer. But I will say this, the movie was shot beautifully. It's the one thing I will say where I was like, as I'm watching it going, this thing looks great. Like, whoever he used for his cinematographer and the editing and everything, like, it looked wonderful. He didn't go to John Woo where everything was in slow motion and there was 40,000 birds flying all over the place. So I appreciate that he's kind of come down. It's like when Spike Lee made what's the movie called? Inside Job. Inside Job to me was Spike Lee's absolute best overall made film out there. Like, it was shot wonderful, action, everything was tight, everything flowed great from start to finish. But the killer looked beautiful, just beautiful. I didn't love the action. I thought the action was better in The Killer, you know. And obviously, if you've ever watched Hard Boiled, see, I started with Hard Boiled, and then I went to The Killer, and then I went to A Better Tomorrow. And in my mind, they kind of got worse because, like, Hard Boiled it's such a high standard. Hard Boiled, action wise, and the characters, all of them, super badass characters. Like, so impressed. As a matter of fact, I didn't even realize that Wen Wu, I know we're off on a tangent here, but Wen Wu, the guy from Shang-Chi, his dad, was the cop or the bad guy or the undercover cop in The Killer. Like, that's how long this guy has been around. And then John Woo came to America and started producing just bullshit ass movies. Terrible movies. Terrible movies. Like, all of them serviceable, watchable, just not good. And I think he single-handedly almost destroyed the Mission Impossible franchise. Mission Impossible 2 was it 2 or 3? I think it was 2. I'm pretty sure it was 2. That's when Tom Cruise had the long hair and he was flipping in the sand. Terrible movie. Except for one piece. One piece in that movie when they're in the office complex. I think it's the same movie. It's the one with the disease, right? That's the one where they were carrying around the disease. Anyway, I'm pretty positive that was the one. Anyway, there's one part when he's in the thing and they're shooting everybody and they have the vaccine or the actual virus. They have the virus, and then they're trying to figure out how they're going to get out. And the girl shoots herself with the virus because she knows that they won't kill them. And Tom Cruise is like, "Stay alive! I will find you!" And then, like, throws a bomb, blows out the window, and just jumps. Doesn't look, doesn't check anything, just out the window. I'm like, that's a badass scene right there. That is a badass scene. John Woo has struggled with the American audience. He has struggled. And unfortunately, this is the first movie where I was like, hey, this actually looks good. Okay, you did it. So I'm going to give John Woo, I'm going to give him some space and see if he can do something else. I'm waiting for him to make a Hard Boiled. I would love to see a Hard Boiled remake. Sorry, I'm hearing things, but who knows? I'm going to have to, when I watched The Killer, just, when it came out, I watched it a couple days ago and I watched it. It literally made me go back and see if Hard Boiled was on a streaming service, which it's not. I have to buy it, but I will buy it because it honestly, if you haven't seen Hard Boiled, so if people have seen, what's the other, the one where they're in the apartment complex, I forget what it's called. Help me out, people. The apartment complex. It came out the same time the Dread came out. And they were basically the same premise. Stuck in an apartment complex, trying to get out. What is it? Come on, people. Oh, you guys are disappointing me. Thank you. The Raid. Thank you, Angelo and Willie. Yes. So The Raid is like the new generation's action. The Raid is amazing. Both 1 and 2 are amazing, and watch them with the subtitles. Don't get the English version. The English version screws it up. Like in The Killer, there's a part I actually watched at first, the English version, and when they were talking about who are you, what's your name, and the cops like got him, and he's like, oh, I'm Mickey Mouse, and it's like Minnie Mouse, like so dumb, just terrible. Anyway, The Raid, one of my favorite films. The Raid. The funny thing about The Raid is, you know, the dude that was in Lethal Weapon, the Fu Manchu, badass karate. He was also in The Raid. He's in The Raid 1. No, different guy. They look similar. I'm sorry. So there's a guy in Raid 1 where he's like the badass karate guy, and he's like, see, this is what I'm about. And I'm like, dude, that's gangster. Like, he was just like, he took on both of the guys, right? They kill him. He's dead. Raid 2, he's back. It's like, is there a reason? Is there a purpose? Is he a ghost? Like, it was so bizarre, but he keeps coming back. Anyway, neither here nor there. We could talk about this all day. I'm kind of a movie buff. So we'll move on. Let me see if there's any more questions. Let's see here. Lupin. She was hot in Game of Thrones. I never watched Game of Thrones. Don't at me. All right. Let's see. Opus Quad doesn't have streaming for 3,000 hard pass. You weren't going to buy it anyway, Mac. Stop. Streaming is coming. I don't know when. It might be this coming NAMM, but streaming is coming at some point. I would assume that they want to make sure that streaming works properly. All right, let's see. Just checking the comments to see if there's anything else. We kind of do have that power. You don't have that power for getting people to dance just because. It'd be great if we did. Both USA is higher, but he is a reseller and gives you a better warranty and service. So hard to knock him. How can he give you a better warranty? And I'm being honest here. How can he give you a better warranty? If both has their own warranty in place, how can his warranty be better than both? I don't know. I mean, maybe he negotiated, but that just seems I don't know. Either way, to each their own. Worldwide DJ Gill says DJ is not Serato. Serato is still the staple. Again, it can be the staple. That doesn't matter. You know, it just matters what you like. What do you like? Use that. Use that. If you want to use furniture, use that. If you want to use a front board, use that. If you want to use a gig bar, use that. If you tell me that, one gig bar is better than 6 movers, fine. Use that. If you tell me my clients don't care if I do something so, fine. Do that. It's not my job to convince you. All I can do is share experience. Sometimes my experience people take, sometimes they don't. Sometimes even clients want to act like when I say things that I don't say things. Like my client yesterday. I don't remember that. I'm like, well, that's strange because I have 400 events a year and I tell every single client the exact same thing. It's interesting that you don't remember any of the things that I said. You're saying that I didn't say anything. Okay. I can't convince you. Or when I say, hey, yeah, well, I was there. You know, a lot of the times, for whatever reason, when I happen to go to, if we have a questionable client and they call us to complain or whatnot, and normally I'm not there, so I have to take their word and also the word of the DJ that was there because they all give their reviews and everything, and so I somewhere in the middle is the truth. Okay, that's usually the way it works. And I'm on this call yesterday, and they didn't know that I was there until I got on the call. I'm like, don't tell them. I told the party planner, I'm like, don't tell them. You know, and I said, I was there. Oh, you were? Oh, I didn't know that. Blah, blah. Yeah, I was working your video screen. Yeah. And this is what I witnessed. And, you know, they're like, well, he didn't do this. He didn't do this. And I go, what about this? I heard him say this. No, he didn't. Okay. So you didn't hear anything that I heard him say. You didn't see anything that I saw them do. How can we continue this conversation? to each their own, you know, and then you just kind of move on. In China, 1 year warranty in both USA. Both in China, 1 year warranty in both USA, 2 years. Okay. So it sounds like the warranty was already there. 2 years for America, 1 year for China. James King says, do you think there's a market for cheaper knockoff column arrays? A reseller here of Chinese speakers that looks exactly like Evox or Evolve 50s, but third of the price. There's always a market. I mean, there's people right now walking around with fake iPhones. I mean, this happens. It's not something that is unique just to China, but they're the kings of knockoffs. Do I think there's a market? No. Do I think people will buy them? Absolutely. Do I think they risk giving other companies bad names? Absolutely. But I mean, I'm not there's certain things I will buy. I will buy knockoff lighting, you know, because a battery powered wash is the same for the most part from any high-end one. A battery powered mover, for the most part, it's the same as another company. The only difference is typically what I've noticed, and not for all of them, but the only difference is the ones that are made for America, sold in America, that type of stuff, they tend to last longer in general. They don't fall apart as fast. Now, the argument could be made, yeah, but you're only paying like legitimately like a tenth of the price. Yeah, you have to buy a lot more, but you're saving so much money. You can literally just buy a whole nother set. Like the fact that you can buy, you know, somewhere around, 10 to 12 uplights for the cost of one uplight in America. Why would you care if 3 of them die? You'll just buy another pack of 12. And to be fair, all the ones that I have done, I have some, international knockoffs. I'm not going to call them Chinese knockoffs anymore because some people get offended by that. But the international knockoffs that I have, specifically in uplights, all still work. All the battery still works. I bought them in 2020. The battery still lasts the entire party. They don't. I feel like the battery has degraded slightly, but I mean, I can still get a full, 8 to 10 hours out of my uplights. So they've been fine. I have made my money back on those easily. Anyway, I had a company approach me. Could be the Rick Webb. It's very possible. It's very possible. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. I don't know that I would trust. Okay. I mean, there's companies right now. I get people that send me stuff all the time. Hey, what do you think about this? Or, you go on. Temu is trying to get me to do some videos for them. And while I don't want to use any of the product, I was interested to see what a Temu DJ product would look like. So I'm kind of thinking about doing it just for that reason, because, obviously they're going to pay, but then they're going to give me, a few $100s worth of like credit so I can just buy a whole bunch of stuff. What do you guys think? Should I do it? I'm thinking about doing it. Let me know in the chat. I'm thinking about doing it. Okay. All right. 1222. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But the trick here is that I need them to understand that I'm going to talk some trash in some cases. Biggie Smalls, no, because remember, we bought it at the end of the season, and we bought it because we had one and we knew we were going to get more. So we have, let's see here. We have 2 next month. Then we have another one in December. We have another one in February. and they're just starting to pick up now that people know that we have it. It's starting to happen. But yeah, basically after we do this one in September, the 2 in September, we'll be done, and then it's just pure profit after that. So but we got to get there anyway. Why is it risky with Temu? Why? Marlo in the house, what's going on? Yeah, exactly. It takes time. It absolutely takes time. But it's worth it. Now, what I will say is this. The market, we're getting into the market. It's like getting into the stock market, okay? So, you get in when it's hot, and maybe, you can buy super, super low and you get the most, return on your investment. All right. We're getting in where people are starting to come in at lower price points. So we had to drop our price a little bit. Not for everybody, just for the ones we're trying to compete with. And, but it's still very good money. The resources that go out compared to the profit margin are still very, very good. So I can't really complain. I can't complain at all. But yes, anything, if you buy it, imagine because you're not going to necessarily get your video wall. Like we were fortunate to have a video wall in May. So we bought it knowing that, several $1,000s were going to go towards paying that thing off. We knew that. And then we had one in June. We thought we had 2 more in June. That was going to cover it all. But then the clients didn't want to pay. They didn't want to pay. So, so then we still have bookings. So right now, I think we have 5 on the books, over the next, 6 or 7 months. And it's popping up more and more now, more and more, where people are like, yeah, I want the video wall. Yeah. But we had to come down a little bit. Our price that we thought we were going to come in with was looks like it's going to be too high. Now, here's the difference though, which is why I know we can keep the price relatively higher. That's right. I turned off my do not disturb. I'm like, why am I getting people talking to me now? Anyway, well, there you go. There you go. Okay. Infinite undo. Do we need infinite undo, Mac Joseph? Do we need that? Is that a thing? You want to undo your whole set? You want to be DJing for an hour and a half and be like, oh, wait, I didn't mean to play that one song at the start of the party. Let me go back and redo that whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, come on. We need one. We need one. We need maybe 2. But infinite? Yeah, I have a my mother-in-law. We live on a compound. Technically, there's 2 houses on my property, and we did this specifically because we had older grandparents, or my wife's parents and stepmom, that were getting older, and they we wanted them to be closer. So we're like, hey, we're gonna buy a property. If you want to build a house on here, more power to you. So that's what they did. Anyway, so yeah, but they have their own address, but they keep sending it to our address. So we get like tons of crappy ass Temu stuff all day long. The one thing I will say about Temu is that, I don't trust their security protocols. So whatever card I use is going to be a card. It's going to be a temporary card that, I'm not worried about losing because I don't trust their credit process. I don't. My wife did one thing in Temu and her whole card was compromised. So no, thank you. I am going to check out the moving heads. I'm going to check out all that stuff. I'm sure they're like $20. So I'm going to buy some moving heads. We're going to see. We're just going to have fun with it. I have tried the Euphonia mixer. I did. It's a great mixer. I actually have a video that I shot. I just need to edit it. what actions do you need while DJing that you need an infinite undo? You see what I'm saying? Like, Mac, what I'm saying is that I think some of the things that we're like, oh my God, like, who's using it though? Who's really using it? Who's using an infinite undo? And does that infinite undo have the option of selecting very specific functions? Because what if I wanted to undo my mixer settings, or undo, I guess, my prepare folder, maybe? Because undo to me is always just musically. So I don't know, man. I don't know. G Kenny in the building. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. I'm starting to think DJ sponsors. Mac loves DJ. Loves DJ. And more power to him. Again, but is your instant undo just going back from the songs you deleted, or the songs you loaded up, or the songs you were playing? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's my question. Because undo typically has to do with what it is that you're doing at that point in time. So, but if I delete a song, okay, fine, you can undo it and do. Are we deleting songs, Mac? Come on. Is that what we're doing? Or maybe you accidentally like delete a playlist and you delete a song. I'm pretty sure that just to delete a song in Serato does not delete it it doesn't delete it off your computer. So you can still just drag and drop it. You can delete it permanently, but that requires multiple strokes. Pause. So I don't necessarily worry about that. It doesn't matter if Serato can't do it. Most people aren't deleting their songs, man. And if they are, they're just pulling them back in. And they're still on your computer. To each their own. But I'll put that in the video. I'll put that in the video. Unlimited undos. I think that's my my thumbnail. It's not even gonna be DJ. It's gonna be Mac Joseph. Just today we are comparing Mac Joseph with Serato. Let's see which one comes out on top. Yes, I agree with that, Ernesto. I agree. Yes, you can do that too. I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of teach myself not to do too much dumb shit. And I don't know. I seem to keep all of my files. To each their own. You see how it is now? You know, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know, just don't do dumb shit. And the real world is, hey man, to each their own. If you like doing dumb shit, at least you have an undo now. Like, you know, I'm looking at it from a positive. It's all positive to me. I'm gonna use them all. I'm gonna get them. Although I still have a B-Topper video that I need to get done. I just haven't had time, so I need to get that down. I kind of stopped shooting videos in the warehouse because we actually need to expand. We need to get another storage unit just for the LED wall, because we have enough panels to do 2, 10 by 16 walls. So he says, laugh now until you need it in the real world. Stop, Mac. I've been DJing for, first off, I've been DJing for like 30 something years. I've been using Serato for, what is it? 2007, I think is when I got my first Serato box. So, you know, what is that? 17 years going on 18 years. Still haven't ran into this issue. So if for whatever reason I run into that issue, I'm going to be like, you know what? It was about time. It was about time I did some dumb shit, but not enough to like stay. Now, again, this is coming from a guy that's been using DJ for the past month. So, you know, yes, Kenny, it is a lot of damn cases. So we're, so after the 21st, when we have a couple of video walls, we are going to move them into a storage unit on the following day. So we're gonna, it's in San Diego, so we're stuck there because the party's not even over till midnight. So I'm like, we're not driving home after doing all this. So we're gonna stay there, and then in the morning we're gonna drive to the storage unit, which there's one that's right down the road for me, and we're gonna put them in there so I can get my space back. We could just get another office, but why pay $2,000 for another office when I can spend, $500 a month and still have space? So that's where we're going. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to be out of here. All right. Last couple of questions and then I'm out. Yeah. Yeah. And I have a 2,000 square foot one, and it's not enough. It's not enough with my DJ gear and all the systems I have for all the parties. Just our small little office, which is in the front. And then I need a space for practice, for YouTube, for I need a secondary area because I'm doing more production stuff also, if you haven't seen the videos. So yes, there's that. But yes, it takes up a lot of space, and I'm not trying to stack big ass LED cases all day long, so I just want to roll them in and call it a day. All right. I might have Mac do something. I'll figure it out. Let me think about that. See, I was thinking the other way. I might have to do a skit on this. You guys know, if you're not following him on IG, follow me on IG, Cleveland Terry with the _. But I do, I try to do skits. I haven't done any in a while just because I've just been focused on other things. But like, I could totally see bringing up unlimited undos and then like clicking on the undo and just keep clicking, and then like the world's changing behind me, like I'm back in like 1942. Like, just silly stuff like that's. Sorry, I'm hearing noises. I'm trying to see if my ground crews are here. Serato gets shitted on because Qbert uses DJ Pro. He said it's more accurate for scratching. That is not a reason to use DJ. Is Qbert, in all honesty. And I say that with respect, but Qbert's not the guy that you look for to figure out what's a good DJ software, in all honesty. And fine, it's more accurate for scratching. Are you only scratching? You get what I'm saying? So, grain of salt. Yeah, I would have put in an offer, but it ended up going to somebody else. We were like a month too late. It would have been perfect. Okay, fair enough. I mean, there's I don't know. Like I said, I'm an auto loop person and not it needs to be programmed perfectly person. So to me, just having Ableton Link, I can use, especially with the new update, which allows for more auto loops. You can technically use SoundSwitch and be fine. Okay, let's see here. Literally a month too late. Literally. Scott Frost in the building. What's going on? He can't do a video. It's a conflict of interest. All right. The best DJ software is your ears and skills. I mean, yeah, Nico. Yeah. But come on. Where are we? That, you know, we don't need that. We still want the best software. You know, I am the first person to agree with anybody that says it's not the gear, it's not that, it's the DJ. Like, I'm the first person to say that, but I'm also the first person to say, but damn it, does some good gear make the job go down easier? Does good software make my workflow easier? So yes, the prerequisite is you got to have good ears and you got to be a solid DJ. That's prerequisite. Okay, let's just put that in a box with my mama's titties and throw that bitch in the ocean. Okay. That's funny. No comment. No comment. I mean, I have people right now that are, and then I'm going to go. I have people right now that are like, hey, we want you to be an ambassador. We want you to do this. And I'm like looking at their software or looking at their hardware or whatever. And I'm just like, look, as much as, I like the software, Mulberry in the building, as much as I like the software, it's not good for me, or there's too many issues with it. So I can't be an ambassador. I know people that are like, yeah, I can be an ambassador. You're going to pay me. I'll be an ambassador. That's not my game. I don't play that. I don't play that. So, I've turned down many opportunity to make some good money because it doesn't represent my brand. You know, so that's the key. And I have one right now where if it doesn't show improvement, you know, I'm like, I can't be an ambassador for you because I don't believe in your product. And if I don't believe in your product, how can I sell your product? You know? Anyway. Yeah. Agreed. All right, guys, girls. If there are some girls here, I think there were some girls. I think Ashley was here. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I do have to get going because I have a conference call at 1 o'clock. I need to get some food in my belly. And I'm trying not to go way too long with these shows. I'm trying to get focused. I want to give you guys great content and great. I want you to get a use for the time you spent with me. And I appreciate you guys for spending the time with me. I mean, in all honesty, like, who would have thought that, you know, people would want to just hang out with me for a couple hours. So I appreciate that every day. I have, let's see here. I personally have a party on Friday, a party on Saturday, and a party on Sunday. Nothing on Monday, which is a damn good thing because the Sunday wedding is a long wedding. And they're friends of mine. And it goes from like 2:30 until 10. So that means I'm there from like, 12 till 10:30. That's a long day. And then I have a bar mitzvah on Saturday, which we're doing a lot of stuff for the build out. Not a big deal. It's still a small party, but we'll talk about that next week. I'm going to try to get a video out with my last couple of videos for, I'm thinking my last couple of videos for DJ Expo. I'm going to get out and, yeah. And then I will get to DJ. I'm going to do one more week with DJ. I said 4 weeks anyway. So I'm going to do this weekend with DJ and go from there and see. Yeah. I still need to know the keystroke to search all or search only within the playlist. Does anybody know that? So I've established that video is limited. Okay. So I'm not going to go into that detail about the limited video. But yeah, the search is important. Is there a way to have chronological Q points, which I don't think so. And let's see, what was the other thing? I think that was those. I think those were the two main questions that I still had. Was that? Anyway, yeah. All right. You Rick with me? Thank you, man. I like to be ricked. I like to be rocked too. So maybe we can Rick rock, Rick roll. Dual cert would be my wish for DJ. Yeah. And like I said, I thought that you could search. I honestly thought you could search the crates. I guess I was wrong. That's maybe it's only in Record Box. Can you search in Record Box and in VDJ? I'll have to look at my Record Box now because I thought you could. No problem. All right. Where can you search the crates in DJ? Not search the crates. Search your crate. Like, hey, where is my adult folder? Where is my adult folder? Where is my, I'll show you right now. I know there's a button. Yeah, yeah. Everybody says the same thing. You can't search your crates. Like, no, I want to search my crates. I want to find a crate really, really fast. That's the key. Virtual DJ has glitch, crackles, and sound. Okay, that's very possible. Usually when that happens, in Serato, or in Tract, I don't have that problem. It sounds like it's a processing issue. You might want to just increase your buffer for Virtual DJ if you're getting crackles. Is what I would probably recommend. All right. Okay. All right, guys, I do have to roll, but thank you guys for your time. I appreciate you. I will, Mac, if you get a chance, DM me your phone number. So if I do have a question about DJ before I shoot this video, I can ask the master. You're the master, right? I mean, I can probably call Angelo too, but I'm trying to just, take it to the master, people who use it on a consistent basis. So DM me on IG your phone number. So yeah, we can go from there if you're still on. Anyway, if not, then you're not here. It is what it is. So everybody, hey, for all you people, have great parties this weekend. I will see you next Thursday. Yeah, next Thursday. I was saying maybe earlier, but no. I'm still working out my i9. Yeah, but that i9 can get stupid hot. I can't pronounce your name. Chilbra. Yeah, i9s they're notorious for how hot they get. So I would not be surprised. I would check your buffer anyway. Even though you have the right amount of RAM, it's that i9. All right, y'all. I do have to roll. See you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Have great parties. See you next week. And watch whatever videos I have coming out, peeps. All right, y'all. See you soon. Peace out.